What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Arnold from the YouTube channel ATtvee, and today I will be drawing my life. Actually, it's called Draw My Life, isn't it? Yep, I'm going to draw my life. Now, to let you guys know, I was an art major in college, so my drawing is gonna be pretty awesome from here on out. So I was born in Indonesia, a place where they have thousands of islands. Well, I'm not sure if it's exactly thousands, but it's a lot of islands, and I was born on Christmas Eve. You know, a little Christmas present from my dad to my mom. I'm sure she appreciated giving birth to my big head on Christmas Eve. So I lived in Jakarta, which is the capital of Indonesia, for the first 7 years of my life. And I lived there with my dad with his groovy mustache, my mom with her epic 80s hair, and there is me with my big head. So one day, they told me that we had to move to the US because of my dad's work, and me, being the spoiled brat that I was, of course, I threw a fit, and I banged my head on the wall until they changed their mind, and maybe that's why I'm the way that I am right now. The first place we moved to was Fresno, California, where I was the only Asian in a private Christian school. And yeah, basically, I was the only Asian in a room full of Caucasian students. I don't know why I drew their heads black, because they weren't black. And of course, I had the smelliest lunch because it was an Indonesian lunch, while everyone had their PB&Js. I was devastated. I mean, obviously, I was outside of my comfort zone. I had no idea what I was doing there. I spoke little English. All I knew how to say was, "My name is Arnold," and yes and no. That's it. But after a few private tutoring sessions later, I eventually picked up the language and I started fitting in. I made a few friends and everything was all good. And I even started to have PB&Js for lunch. Of course, when things started to settle, we had to move again, this time to Southern California, but I didn't mind as much because 1, I already knew how to speak English, and 2, I took some extracurricular activities to keep me busy outside of school, and I joined Taekwondo with my good friend Mike Wong, and that was his bowl cut, and my other good friend JR, and we bonded. You know, we got our black belts, we went to competitions and got gold medals together. We also had to deal with our mean instructor who would just sit in his office all day eating McDonald's, and the only time he would come out was just to yell at us. So we definitely spent a lot of our time talking crap about him. Then comes junior high, where there was this kid that sat a little bit in front of me, and his name is Jay, and you guys might know him as Jay Wonder, and he asked someone in the class if they collect wrestling action figures, and I was like, wait, hold on, I do. And boom! Ever since then, we had an instant connection and we bonded for life. From that point on, myself, Jay, JR, Mike, our good friend Jeff, and a few others basically just did everything together. Oh, I miss a smile. There you go. I mean, we had sleepovers, we went on a cruise together to Ensenada, we go shopping together, we listened to the same type of music. We basically bonded as brothers, and we still have that bond to this very day. Now, the high school that I went to was so huge. I mean, it had so many different ethnicities there, from Asians to Hispanics, you name it, they were there. In fact, it was so big that my soulmate was actually there as well, but we never had a chance to meet because it was just that big of a high school. However, we did finally get to meet outside of school, and we met at a place called Subway. And she introduced herself as Heart. She was actually my sandwich maker, and I was a regular customer, and I remember the first time I saw her, I thought that she had very beautiful eyes. Before there was Facebook or Twitter, there was this little thing called MySpace, and that's actually the place where Hart and myself formally introduced ourselves. And ever since then, we just started talking online every single day in the morning before I would head to school. I mean, I would have my cereal and milk right there, and I would just conversate with her for hours. I mean, like, time would just go by so fast because I was so into the conversation, and we actually got closer together that way. I mean, I would tell her about all my girl problems, she would tell me all about her guy problems, and we just became best friends over the internet, as weird as that sounds. And after that, it would only make sense to take it to a whole new level, right? Which means talking on the phone, and we would actually talk on the phone every night from like around 11 or midnight till 5 in the morning till the sun comes up, and she would sing to me, and I was just all giddy inside, acting like a little girl, but I tried my best not to show it. And a few months later, we finally became official. And ever since then, she just turned my whole life upside down. She made me into such a more better person. I have a closer relationship with God. We started doing church activities together. And I had this huge fear. I still do, actually. I have a huge fear of cats, but she loves cats. But just for her, I actually held a cat just to show her that I could do it if she ever wanted to get a cat. And we traveled the world together, and words just can't describe how amazing she is. At that time, I was still in college. I was thinking of majoring in accounting until I actually took an accounting class and realized that wasn't for me. And I don't know, my whole time in college, I was just confused. I took all these business classes, but none of them was the right fit for me, and I was starting to worry about what I was gonna do with my life. But out of everything, law was the only thing that caught a little of my interest, so I decided to major in that. And I graduated with a bachelor's degree in legal studies and general management. Yay! So while my law school applications were still pending, I got a license to sell insurance. So I was doing that for a while. I was an insurance agent, and I was going to door and door, selling insurance, doing all that stuff. And I was also a telemarketer, and I think I had thick skin, but I would get cursed out every single day because I get it. People get annoyed at telemarketers, and I didn't really take it to heart, but I was just emotionally drained every single time I would go home. So I got a new job as an intern at a law firm, and it was a great experience. They were great to me. They gave me my own office, but at the same time, I still couldn't see myself doing that for a living, so I was back to phase one, not knowing what I was going to do. But throughout this whole time, Heart has been right there, right beside me, just being supportive and being so great, letting me know that things are going to be okay, and God has great plans for you, and she was excited for my future, and that gave me hope, and she'll never know how much that meant to me. Meanwhile, fortunately for all of us, Heart made a YouTube channel, and being the star that she already was and still is, she was super successful at it, and everyone just loved her on YouTube. But the funny thing is, before Heart made a YouTube channel, she actually encouraged me to start my own channel. But at the time, I just didn't know what to post, and ever since she made a channel and I started appearing in her videos, I had all you guys encouraging me to start my own. So I decided to give it a shot. So I filmed my first video, and ever since then I just fell in love with the concept, from making skits for you guys, from doing a few advice videos, and from talking about fashion. That was supposed to be a shoe. Okay, obviously I wasn't an art major, and yes, my drawing does suck. But from getting beat up and getting a black eye from Heart, or pretending to be buff, or making a few music for you guys, I genuinely and thoroughly enjoy it. So one night, as I was filling my gas, I had one of those epiphany moments where I just thought to myself, why can't I do this as a career? I love entertaining you guys, and you only live once, so might as well do something that you thoroughly love, And for the first time in my life, I had a dream, I had a goal, and I had something that I was passionate about, and it all just hit me. From entertaining you guys through the big screen, or from TV, and from YouTube, I just wanted to do it all. And as long as I have God in my life, my better half Heart, and our own little junior bear, and my connection with you guys, I already consider that a success, and that is more than I could ever hope for. So I would like to take this moment to thank you guys for always supporting me, and for always watching my videos, or interacting with me through Twitter or Instagram, or just comments through YouTube. Thank you guys for being a big part of my life, and thank you for sharing this journey with me.